Hi lovely viewers, it's me again, your one and only Mutati Mpundu. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time on my channel, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the red subscribe button down below and turn the bell icon to join the notification squad. Don't forget to like, share and leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this video in the comment section below. I'll be super glad to hear from you lovely viewers.
Yes, but I'm glad I'm the first person to call now. First of all, I want to commend you for giving an account of things, I think, the way they were outlined in court. Now, it's good you're not giving an opinion. I wanted to squeeze you to give your own opinion, but I'll give mine since I'm just a caller. When I look at the way the judgment was delivered, one, in its detail, two, in the pieces of evidence that the judges were relying upon to make the decisions, I look at it, one, to be richer than the previous judgment. And one point maybe where they say the current constitution, which allowed Edgar Lungu to stand, has no instructive effect on the previous one. They said if in the amended constitution, the 2016, there was an instructive retrospective application, then the previous judgment would have been valid. But they note that in the new constitution, there wasn't any instruction to repeal Article 35. And I think I agree with them based on the reason. I agree with them, you know. And maybe finally, I can conclude by saying, you know, you leaders, you as a president of a party, I have read a lot of reactions, and I don't blame other reactions. It is important that there comes a day like today, the way you have decided to break down the judgment. But unfortunately, what others have done, I think, is to give an emotional feedback to the judiciary. And I think in many cases, it robs the general public of understanding the jargon that was used in court. You agree with me that the Zambian population, the majority of the people, may not understand even the sentences as they were being said. They rely on you influential people. So to me, I commend you for not trying to bring in your opinions immediately, but to break it down in simple language for everyone, so that by the time you'll have another program to discuss this, believe me, people will have good feedback to give on the judgment, because you know, you have explained it in a language that a young person will be able to understand the judgment. And I think I commend you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello? Hello?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Sir, my name's Anton Lumbia, calling you. Sir, I just want to ask about the election. Since Mr. Edgar Lungu is not allowed to contest for president, is he allowed to contest these other elections, for example, for the member of, for these other elections, for example, for running mate and others, like a member of parliament, is he eligible?
Yeah, very good question. Thank you very much. Very good question. Let me answer that. Yes, there are suggestions. Okay, there are people who are saying Edgar Lungu can be a running mate. No, he can't. Why?
Yes, sir.
Why can't he? Because the running mate is as good as a president. The running mate is as good as a president. He is a president on standby. He is a president on standby. And the qualification for the running mate are the same as that of a president. It's the same. So you can never be eligible to stand as a president and be eligible to stand as to be a running mate. You can't. because you are as good as the president. It is the same measure. It is the same measure. The qualifications are the same. So somebody, for example, cannot finish a term like the way HH is. If HH, you know, he finishes a term, he cannot come back and say, no, okay, I finished my term, now I'm going to be vice president. He can't. Because a running mate is as good as a president. Okay? But to stand as an MP, you can. That you can. As an MP, you can stand as an MP. But you cannot stand as a president. Because, by the way, being an MP, you can contest as many times as you want. Jack Mwimbu, I think, is in his 5th term. Jack Mwimbu. He has been contesting. So that does not apply. So if he wants to stand as an MP, he can stand. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, sir.
Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Yes, sir.
How are you? Right. Okay, so this is Dr. Rawa. I just want to make first of all, I just want to say thank you very much for being so objective. We need people like you. I don't agree with you always. And you and I, we have different political views. But what I see in you sometimes, you're very objective. And I suggest, I know right now, I think you're not in Zambia, right? Is that my understanding?
Yes, of course, I'm not in Zambia, I'm not.
Good. So I want also you to be very objective over these matters where you have learned away of the issues. I think the government in Zambia are not very bad, against you. You are a young man, just young as I am, and we need people like you in Zambia. They can make use of you. Try to go back home, answer the question in court. Instead of you, I've been away from home for a long time. It's not good.
I think let's put that one aside for now. I don't want to touch those issues. Let's concentrate on this one.
Understand.
Thank you.
Okay, so exactly what you said, it's very, very important that the court today, I think that was the right decision. Okay? This is political. I think I watched another video where you said this is political. I'm not saying they are correct, like 100% correct. Nothing is correct when the judges are appointed by the president. This is the problem that we have. Because judges are appointed by the president. No matter whatever happens, the judge will always sideline within the government who's loading at that time. And I think in this case, your understanding and my understanding is correct. That's how I feel. But when Lungu was the president, I don't know if it was all right. I don't know what will happen if they change the government. But for today, I think what you said is very true. And I thank you for this, for being objective. We need people like you. I know your values are completely different from mine, but please go home.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you very much. Thank you, my brother. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, my brother. Wina famulishani mkwae.
Ndio mutende cha number 1 ndoko kumutotera batiri tayari pali platform. Wewe ngumla twako ku understand ndiko tatwako pako tuni cha ku understand. Cha number 2 as a Zambian citizen and concerned citizen ndiko kulando ko ati iba kiefu kuti kuambira kuti mo kwa president that mundu nde kuti bakompanya po. Kuni judgment ya chitaro ni understand after mwashtakla pali I think number points tendele yako from the previous constitution. Edgar Lungu is coming with a term of which the old constitution said that he was sworn in, which was very legal, which from the old constitution na kwanisha not having a term. The constitution I think it is done as the Zambian constitution and then I think in the judgment now is setting up 24 abantu bafudde kwamba okulole kushako nang parliament ma MPs mando nombo kulolekishana kunta thinking yes such affect laws that will make it simple for the public to understand.
Thank you. Hello? Hello? Mkwe? Buena Mkwe. Hello?
Yes, Vatari.
Mkwe?
Okay, Matthew's calling here, Vatari. Zase nsachi nyanja, otherwise Vatari, try to konge niskomo, because mwakamba musha maningi. And the apezekati vambiri na ifita understand this through pamene mwasika expand buno bonzo. So I think this time, it's a time that we're players now. Usankase manje president winner. Waminaza running at 2026. Than questing time yambiri maningi. So otherwise Vatari, Zikoma otherwise Tambesesa.
Zikoma. Hello? Hello? Hello, yes please.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Tan.
Yes, I can hear you. Good afternoon.
All right, okay, thank you. Now we've heard the verdict. I just wanted to find out. Okay, we go back. They said something about Lungu was elected based on the old constitution, is it?
Yes.
This is from the Remans, maybe.
Yes.
Or based on the... so did we find out about the 50% plus one? Was it in the old or in the new?
The 50% plus one is came the 50% plus one came in the it's in the new one. It's in the new one. Yeah, it's in the new one.
Okay. What would have happened? What would have happened since they took us back to for the eligibility? They took us back to the old constitution. Now, for if we say there was no 50% plus one attained, would there have been something like somebody being declared if they haven't attained the 50% plus one? Would they have gone back to the old constitution to say, no, let's declare this one because it's being elected, the elections that we're doing are based on the this president is from the old constitution. That is where we are basing everything.
Now, I think, my brother, let's see, just let's avoid confusing ourselves.
No, I'm not trying to confuse. I'm just trying to find out if we say, okay, we have amended the constitution. It's in 2016. There's 50 plus one, and even the eligibility, there's a term that has been defined. It's in the new constitution. The 50% plus one is also in the new constitution. We follow the 50% plus one, but for eligibility, we go back to the old constitution.
My brother, listen. They are not taking us. No one is taking us to the old constitution. No one. No one is taking us to the old constitution. It is when it happened, okay? When it happened, when Edgar Lungu became president, which constitution was there? The constitution which was there was the old constitution. What did it say about swearing in or the term? That constitution did not talk about a term. What it spoke about is about 2 5 years, okay? 2 5 years, and being sworn in twice. So according to that constitution, when Edgar Lungu was sworn in, let's imagine, forget about the new constitution. At that time, before we had that new constitution, at that time, when Edgar Lungu was sworn in, Are we going to count it as a term, or we are not going to say it's not a term? Definitely we will say the issue of the term does not apply. What applies is being sworn in. So we will count 1.
Okay.
We will count 1.
Okay.
That is what they said. To say according to that constitution, when he was sworn in, it doesn't matter how long he was sworn in. That's it. We'll count 1.
Okay.
And then when he did the 2016 to 2021, it is another term, meaning 2 terms. Okay? That is basically what they said. That is basically what they said.
So, in short, we're just saying whatever the new constitution was saying
does not apply
in terms of eligibility.
It doesn't apply.
Not apply in the.
It doesn't. You cannot apply it retrospectively. You cannot go back. That's basically what they said. You cannot apply it
So that means he was not eligible. Even in 2021, he was not eligible.
To contest in 2021, he was not eligible. Yeah. Because
okay, now if he was not eligible, what happens? What happens to now? What happens to
now listen, the question that you can ask, which I've tried to explain, is that if he was not eligible, how come he was on the ballot? And this is where the judge said there was a judgment which allowed him, the judgment of the Dan Pule and whatever. That judgment is what Edgar Lungu followed and is what ECZ followed. But unfortunately, that judgment, it was a pe incuria, meaning it had problems. It was not a careful judgment. That is what they are saying. You follow?
But the constitutionally, is that supposed to be followed? If we have to follow the constitution,
sorry, let me take other people, because I mean then it becomes. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Batayali.
Emkwa.
Batayali.
Emkwa.
Abo kuba kwena mwalondolo kye bwino. Na afyo mfuika. Nomba ine defo anjipushe. Okay. Ifunde ngakuli ifunde lelo mairo mwapange ifunde lyanyu okay aiko atikonke ifunde yanyu yona lampele example ngana alipe omuntu mu 1990 ero kwali death penalty okay ero tabanjikete basanjikata lero okay bantwala ku koti bansanga guilty so bala aibo kwebati ushe iwelira waipe omuntu alikote death penalty so iwe wala ku mukobeko nango bala aibo kwatawe death penalty twalista abolish so iwe twala kupera life sentence.
Very good question. Very good question. Namufa nomba mungufa wino sana. So, ifunde for diaba. Imanga mwaipayo muntu, okay? Mwaipayo muntu, let's say mwalipayo muntu mu 1990, okay? Mu 1990 atikwa di death penalty. Ero taba mikete. Ero baisa mikata lelo. Ngaba mikata lelo. Ili wakala mipingula, imwe death penalty applies. Imwe death penalty applies. I'll give you another example. Another example is quite presidential defamation of the president. Defamation of the president. Defamation of the president yaliko muli ba PF moyali, muli ba Lungu moyali. Okay? But iyo HH aishireisa. Aishire ifumi yako ilia defamation of the president. But kwali abantu obo bayikete mushita yaba PF aba lefesinga defamation of the president. Ilio haka inde ichirima aishire ifumi yako ilia defamation of the president. Bali abantu aba lefesinga ulio mulandu taba abalekereko iyo ukweba ati ao pantino mboyu mulandu na tufumi yako hawe taba balekereko. And one good example niba siwale bamdala wandiba siwale balaba leba ati mutawale ati Edgar Lungu ni mutawale mulebe kushabala bamdala bali balaba mdala bali mutime yaba nani kane judgment yabo yaishire bako nishi uli omulandu wa defamation wali fumako kale, but he was still judged And he was only saved, he didn't go to jail because he was a sick man. You see?
Yeah.
But otherwise he was going to go to jail. And I stand to be corrected. There are actually still people who are still appearing in court for defamation of the president of Edgar Lungu, even if Edgar Lungu is no longer president, by the way. And the defamation of the president by Stashani, by Fumiako. So, the law is not applied retrospectively. That your pant number to amika tapa to alifunyako death penalty. So mwala kuna nikani kuchimboka ila. Death penalty can apply to you, except that, of course, they will come in, you know, here and there, bachta committee and whatever. But yes, that what will apply to you is a death penalty. But ulioaipayo muntu mulilelo, what will apply to him is chimboka ida. Efo yaba.
Yeah.
So that is the situation.
All right, I understood it differently because I would take an example here in South Africa, and I stand corrected, Kuzami. But because South Africa, we had Janusz Valush.
Sorry, let me allow others to come in because a lot of people are calling. So I know you people would want us to. Hello, yes.
Hello, how are you, Mr. Daya?
Fine, thanks. How are you?
Okay. My question is on Article 52. My question is, this Article 52, are you telling us that this Article 52 was not there for our previous constitution in 1996 constitution?
I don't
which
know
says which says that if the candidate found wanting by the court of being disqualified, they have to do new nominations. Was it not there in the previous?
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It came in 2016.
Okay. So now, since that article came in 2016, meaning it was in place before they allowed ECL's nomination, right?
It was there in 2021. Yes, it was there in 2021.
Yes, it was there before ECL about his nomination. So since the law was in place already, if they allowed ECL to be there, and then today the judges have said they've accepted to say they made a mistake then to accept those nominations, it was done not in a good faith, right? So now my question goes like this: if they accepted to say ECL, the judgment was not good since it was in favor of ECL. Today, going forward, the ECL's issue must be, ECL must not take part in any future elections. So now, according to the judges, why have they decided just to stick on ECL's eligibility, forgetting the precedence between ECL and HH? Why they've ignored that issue now to say even the election must be nullified? Why not?
So listen to me again on this issue.
Yes.
So there is an issue, first of all, to say there was a question: was Edgar Lungu not eligible to contest 2021? There was a question. And the response is that he was eligible in 2021.
Exactly.
Why was he eligible?
In 2021.
Why was he eligible? Because there was a judgment. Okay? There was a judgment which said he's eligible. So that's why he was eligible. Now, if Edgar Lungu was eligible in 2021, what about the election? Was it valid or not valid?
Yes.
It was valid. Okay? It was valid.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Now we have discovered that the judgment which gave Edgar Lungu eligibility is wrong. What are we going to follow? Okay. Are we going to go to correct the election, or we are going to correct the constitution? The judges decided to correct the constitution. What about the election?
Why not?
Oh yes. What about the election? What about the election? Because it is out of this judgment that election happened. So we have corrected the judgment. What about the election? Well, I'm not here to give an opinion. I'm not here to give an opinion. But you have a point. You could have a point.
Yes.
You could have a point to say, because you know the judgment which gave Edgar Lungu eligibility was 40. I mean, we should also go for the election. For the election, we should also go for it. You could argue it like that.
Exactly.
You could argue it like that. It's like, for example,
because
okay, listen, my brother. I'm just being objective and you know, I'm interacting with people. It is like what they do when you at the proceed of crime. If, for example, you get a salary, which is wrong, you get a salary, you are working, and then they pay you money. That money which they pay you more. Instead of paying you 1,000, they pay you 20,000. And then you go and buy a bicycle. When they follow you, when they are trying to recover, they can get the bicycle as a proceed of crime. Because that money which you used to buy that bicycle was not legitimately earned. You could argue it like that. And I'm not going further to discuss these issues. Me, I'm just giving, you know, what happened what happened in court, other than giving opinion. I leave it there, my brother. But you have a point.
Mr. Tayari, in conclusion, my point is like this. Today, we are seeing the proceedings of the court, to be honest. The judge had said those affected parties who keep on taking the same matter to the court judges, the court is not going to entertain them unless they can reverse their decision if they review to say there is something wrong which went wrong. You see? So now, the issue is like this. In the near future, if another government comes in and then they've decided to say this judgment was not done perfectly, since they've removed the 3 judges from the Constitutional Court who were supposed to be on the same bench, which means they will disadvantage the other parties. Who's going to refuse that?
My brother, I know this is a hot issue. People would want to debate this, but let me leave it there. Let me take another call. Hello?
Yes, Mr. Tayari.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I totally agree with the previous caller. Personally, I'm also very attentive to listen to that judgment. To tell you the truth, Mr. Tayari, according to explanations, it was actually very, very difficult. That I take credit. But the only contentious issue of the 2021, because if you say the judgment was not correct, Edgar Lungu was actually eligible to contest. And then the same people who allowed him to contest in 2021, the same judge said they didn't do the right thing. What does it mean? Meaning almost everything there. So I see, as much as these UPND members are celebrating, but in the future, you will have a situation whereby this case will go back to the same constitution and they will declare the election also invalid. What will be the implications?
Yeah.
This is the angle which I'm seeing now.
No?
As much as they want to fight, that's why if you look at the Sangwa, all these arguments which they were actually presenting were presented. Now, because they were looking at that, if this judgment is going to reverse it may appear to be these people, the judgment was detailed, but they should also look at the effect of the 2021 election.
The implications.
So all those people are celebrating, including ministers. One day they will tell them to say, you were appointed illegally, including the same judges were appointed illegally.
I also rest my case.
Thank you. Now, this day will be remembered in our history. This day will be remembered in our history. From my point of view, really, I don't want to give an opinion. I really don't want to give an opinion. I just want, what I understood and, yeah, hello?
Hello, Bwana Tayari.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Fine.
This issue is, as you have said, that it's a hot issue. But for me, my point is that I don't see any sense where they legalize the 2021 participation and they criminalize the 2026 election. So for me, I believe that in future, when the government changes and the other judges comes in, this thing will go back to court and say, no, that decision was illegal. And since they said he was not eligible to stand, it means that he wanted to bring issues like treason, because if he was not eligible, the election was supposed to be nullified. They're not going to be like that in the future.
That, my brother, I don't want to delve into those speculations. I don't want, but you have a point. In future, this case might bring issues. You have a point. Then
the other thing is that the way we know you pay. Were they going to pay Edgar Lungu his benefits as a former president if he lost elections in 2016 for having served less than 3 years? Were they going to pay Edgar Lungu his benefits?
Again, today I don't want to speculate. I don't want to drag in the politics in this. I'm not doing politics on this matter. So I will not respond to that for now. Thank you. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, Mbuya, muchabe bwino. Namvera bwino kuona lero pa live Mbuya, namvera bwino maningi. Muzi wa Mbuya loko ine sitinapunzira kuenda kuti, but chamene napunzirapo apa pa judgment Mbuya. Napunzira kuti ma judges watu amankhala influenced na ma politicians. Maona ka? Wankhala influenced na ma politicians. So nikuuzani chilungamo kulingana na makolas venangu vamene wakamba. In the near future, if the UPND will be out of government, I'm telling you this case will be back. And imagine if ECO have an influence in that government. Government, I'm telling you this case will be back.
Hello? Hello?
Hello. I don't know whether it's evening there, whether it's afternoon. How are you doing?
Let's go by Zambian time. It's good afternoon.
Okay, good afternoon. Yeah.
It is like the eligibility case. You choose whether you go with the old constitution or you go with the new constitution.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, I was just watching the kangaroo courts. You know, that was the kangaroo courts. That was a kangaroo court. I'm a junior counsel.
Wait a minute. And that is your opinion. I'm not giving my opinion.
Yes, this is my opinion. Yes, yeah.
Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yes. I'm speaking as a junior counsel. I'm speaking as a junior counsel.
Good counsel. Tell us.
I'm so embarrassed to watch a judge, you know, articulating issues in such manner and misleading the Zambian, using legal jargons to mislead the Zambians. Oh my God. Only ignorant Zambians have bought that lie. You know, that was fakers. You know? In law school, when you answered in a script using the repealed law, they'll mark you incorrect. They are preparing us for practice. They will say you are using repealed law. The whole lot of a judge, why should you use the repealed law in making a judgment over such a sensitive issue?
But
I'm not supporting Lungu. I'm supporting the constitution. The judge just misled himself. He just misled himself. You know, he's portraying how ignorant our judges are to the world. No, that's not right.
My junior counsel, I don't know. I think you lose me there. I don't think they referred to the repealed law. I think they are associating an event to when it happened and which law applied. It is not, they are not applying what happens currently to a repealed law. They are saying when this happened, what law was there? I think that is the context. It is not about applying to the repealed law, but it is what law was prevailing at that time. It is about retrospect, if I could put it that way.
Those are the words they are using. They're just trying to confuse the layman. They're just trying to confuse the layman. Those are the words they are using.
You are studying law.
I've had under judges, the same people who tell us that when you go to argue in court as a lawyer, they'll tell you.
You are studying law.
I'm an advocate. I've already studied law.
Oh,
I'm an advocate. I've passed that. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Those are the terms they use in court to confuse. If I as a lawyer go in court to confuse people, to say they are going to, you know, a lawyer can use whatever they want to confuse the masses to win the case. I didn't expect the judge to, especially where there was a judgment, so, no matter how huge it was, I didn't expect them to mislead themselves over what they decided on, because that paints a bad picture when they're interpreting the laws from Parliament. No matter how huge it is, even a judgment, no matter how, even if the judge erred, looking at the constitutional court, they cannot reverse what was decided. Whether it was decided by a person who they didn't like, whether they don't like that person, they cannot do that to their own colleagues. That's a circus. It's a disgrace to the legal fraternity in Zambia. Sorry.
No, thanks very much. Thank you, my sister. I see somebody's writing at Diary supporting the UPND. I am not supporting UPND, I am not supporting PF, I am simply stating things as they are. So this nonsense of saying, no, he's supporting PF, he's supporting whatever. I know that's why some of you, you want me to speak in a way that I fall on. I'm not going to do that. On this one, I am not going to say, I'm not. I'm just articulating things as I hate them. Hello?
Mr. Tayari?
Yes.
How have you been?
All right, sir.
Okay, we thank God. Today's judgment was a total circus. Was a total circus, and its ruling was determined and choreographed by the UPND and the president himself, in the sense that if all they wanted is justice to be set, first of all, they could have allowed the same judges, same people, those who have retired or died, to preside over the same matters, if what they are saying that some articles were left out. Unlike what we witnessed, whereby 3 judges, who were on the bench and determined on that matter, were fired the president, using his house as he is doing. Okay? This is very sad to our country. That's one. Then 2, they said the EPL was elected based on a 1996 constitution, based on the Article 35, which was repealed in 2016. Okay? So, and they said they are doing away with the 2021 judgment in the case of Taparasa Kabampi and the others, and the foundation, what. Okay? So if they are saying they are vacating that judgment, okay, what happens to the elections of 2021? We do not take. Okay? They said he was
eligible based on that judgment, which they say they are doing away with it. Okay? If they are doing away with that judgment, it's of their own judgment. Why did not they do away? And fundament everything. Huh?
No?
This is injustice of the first order.
Thank you, my
brother. They have turned this country into a constitutional crisis. This is not a banana. This is very sad. We will resist this case. And HH will be an illegal president. And all the ministers and the appointment they have done.
Thank you. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, yes.
Yes, Mr. Tari. Thank you so much. I've been following you very closely, and thank you so much. At least you've made me understand a lot going by the judgment that took place today. What I pick from this is truly, as other callers have spoken, we one day go back to that case in court, looking at the election now, which was born out of the illegal judgment. I think it's high time we listen to what Council Sangwa usually says, that Zambia needs to have a system for selection of judges. I think this issue of more judges being picked by the president should be done away with, because obviously when another president comes in, this issue is not dead. This issue is most likely to come back to court, and this time around it will start talking about the election of HH and his appointments.
Yeah.
You know, I feel sorry for my country. I feel very bad that now I don't know what the world looks at. The way the world looks at now, when they see Zambia, with all what is happening, our police was now graded as one of the worst. Now we're having all these cases and everything. I don't know where we are going, honestly. I don't know.
Yeah. No, thank you, my brother. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I wanted to inquire, especially on the fact that the courts admitted on the error that they had made on the first decision. Is there a room of appeal just basing consideration on the first error that was made?
So the court by itself actually admitted to say they can, the Concord is a court of finality. Okay, so you can't appeal anywhere. But since it is a court of finality, it has got capacity to go back and review or depart from its earlier decision. So, but of course they emphasize the fact that there must be circumstances, there must be compelling circumstances for them to do that. So even this decision, I think from their own judgment, it means that it can be contested. So there is room. Room is there according to the judgment that they gave today. The question is, will there be finality? That is the question. But from the court, they said they have got powers. They can do it. So even this one, like other callers are saying that this case is not over. We might see that it is not over indeed, because somebody might go to court. Anyway, hello?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Great. Yeah, so I just wanted to air out something, Mr. Tabi. Why are people are not looking at it in this way? Picture this, Mr. Tabi. If Mr. Lungu is he was not supposed to stand on that ballot. And then, in all fairness, I feel to say the judgment today was of nation. Because I mean, if you look at it in this way, I feel to say.
The line is cutting. I can't. The line is cutting. I can't follow exactly. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, yes.
Yes, how are you, Mr. President Tayali?
Fine, fine. How are you, sir?
Thank you for giving me this opportunity, and we are very happy with the way you have articulated matters. You have reported it as it is, and you have not offered your opinion. But the reason why we Zambians are having misgivings about this judgment is how the judiciary have been acting from the time President Hakainde Hichilema came in. Most of the cases that have been before the courts haven't been adjudicated upon objectively. I can even give an example of the conviction that you had over your assault, where the evidence that was provided before the court, it showed that the medical report indicated that there was no tear of any tissue, but they went ahead with the conviction. And then also prior to this case, we saw the judges that were supposed to be part of the panel being removed. We've seen how the executive have been operating in terms of the deployment of police officers. We've seen, so this is not what is giving us confidence. In as much as they can objectively come up with that judgment that is seemingly objective, we have misgivings because of how the executive have been acting. So they need not to be involved, because we knew that the verdict is going to be that he's not eligible. All of us knew. That is not supposed to be the case. So we just want to appeal to the executive that they should not be interfering in the judiciary. Let it be independent. Let Zambians be free. Let's have a fair hearing. And I'm looking forward from you providing an opinion over this matter, because you have just reported as it is and you've been very objective over that matter. This is my submission. Let me allow others to also come in. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello?
Yes, Mr. Dai, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I want to contribute over this issue on the table. Yes. Since the judges said that they held in the previous ruling, I think it would be fair if they would have allowed ECL to stand, since the problem was with them, the judges. They would have said any future candidate found in this situation, since they want to collect it, must be follow this, and they put the guidance. Then barring the candidate who's the candidate they previously allowed to contest the election. Yeah, that is my contribution.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
I think the problem is the judges. The judges, they don't respect the rule of law, I'm sure. And in fact, the lawyers, regardless of the people who are involved, they have to advocate for the rule of law. Because going forward, their profession will be useless.
Yeah. Thank you, my brother.
Will be useless, yes.
Thank you.
Okay,
Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, I also want to make a contribution to this topic you're discussing. Yes, I like the fact that you are objective on this topic today. And the judgment, I think, was clear. And to those who did not understand, I think they have picked a lot of sense from your articulations. What I can say is, as PF, I know sometimes you advise them. I really think they should be logical going forward, because when you're in opposition, it's never easy. Even them, if you remember, when they were in power.
Okay. Anyway, my network is tripping. I think I will end here. basically, just to recap, what I've been doing is not to give my own opinion on this issue, and I'm not blaming. I'm not saying this one did this. This one I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to even apply my politics in this issue. I will see as we go on if I will, discuss this. I've got my own reason why I've done this today, not to get into it and give my opinion. I've got my own reasons, but I think it was good that I at least, because people, when some of these terminologies that they were using, some people didn't really get it. So basically, yes, the issue to say no, the court cannot open their own case when they make a decision at the res judicata. The court has said no, as a final court we can look at issue if there are compelling reasons. If, for example, something was left out, or we discover that maybe the judge was compromised, or evidence was wrong, and so on and so forth. They spoke about that. Then they said Edgar Lungu was legible in 2021 because there was a judgment, and ECZ did not commit any offense, and that election, okay, of course, as a result, is valid. As Edgar Lungu going forward, they said no, he cannot contest further elections because that judgment was wrong. Where was it wrong? They are saying it was wrong because it started bringing in the issue of a transition. They said that shouldn't have been looked at because it is already provided in the Constitution. How you people look at it and what different people do, that for me is something that I can say I will watch. For now, I think I've done my bit as a public lawyer. May God bless you and may God bless Zambia. Have a lovely afternoon, and it is going to evening. Enjoy yourselves. Bye for now.
Alright, that's all for you today, lovely viewers. If you did enjoy the video, please don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about the video you just watched in the comment section below. I'll be super glad to hear from you, lovely viewers. Once again, I go by the name of Mutati Mpundu. I love you, peace, I gotta go.